even or odd without using
विनोदाला गेल्या
comparison
सुट्ट्यात पैसे
operator.
देणार
So what are
पैसे
comparison
8,000
operators? Which we use in order to compare that
नीट
if
काही
they
खोलून
both
ठेव
are equal or if some value is greater or if
अजिबात
some
राहायचं
value
बाहेर
is less than the other. For all those scenarios, we are going to use comparison operators. So even though this question is saying that you have to do it without using comparison operator, still, firstly, I will be explaining it to you by using comparison operator, and then I will show you how you can do it without using comparison operator. Okay, so let's get started. So let us say the question is check if a number is even or odd. Okay, so how you can figure out if a number is going to be even or odd? You must be remembering the definition from the childhood, right? Even numbers are those numbers which are divisible by 2, and odd numbers are those numbers which are not divisible by 2. So when we talk about the divisibility of a number, what we are actually concerned about that if we are dividing a number by 2, what is the value which we are getting as the remainder? If it is 0, we say it is going to be an even number, right? Because if remainder 0 means that number is divisible by 2. Correct? Otherwise, it is going to be odd number. We do not have any other third scenario available for a number. So let us say we have something like 3. If you are dividing it by 2, what you will be getting? You are going to get 1 as the remainder. Let us say we have something like 4. If you are dividing it by 2, what is the remainder which you will get? You will get 0 as the remainder. So through this, you can say 0 remainder means even number, 1 remainder means odd number. Okay. If we have to use this in our program, how we can do? So we have something like this. What is this? Known as modulus operator. And what this operator is actually going to do? This one is going to return you the remainder. So this returns remainder. And how you can use it? So the general syntax of using this number is, let us say x modulus y. So if you are dividing x by y, then you are going to get some value as the remainder. Okay, so how you are getting this remainder? If you are dividing x by y, correct? If we have to use this scenario for our even and odd, how we are going to do? So we will say if a number is divisible by 2, means if the remainder is 0, in such case we say it is going to be even number. If that number, if we are dividing it by 2 is giving us remainder 1, we say it is going to be odd number, correct? Now let's move to the Visual Studio Code and I will show you one program for the same. And I will be constructing one function for the same. So is even. Okay. So here I'm going to pass our number. I'm using arrow function in order to create the function for the same. So here what I will do, I will say if if this number modulus 2 is going to be equal to 0. In such a case, what you will say, console.log then you will say x is even number. Correct? And then we are going to provide some else condition as well. So if it is not going to be an even number, it is going to be an odd number. Correct? So we will say x is an odd number. Alright, now let me run and show it to you. Let me pass it to parameters. Let us say in first we are passing 3. In the second one, let us say I am passing 6. Okay. So you, number. So you can see it is printing 3 is odd number and 6 is even number. So what we have done here, we have used comparison operator in order to find out if the number is even or odd. Now I will tell you how we can do it in the other way, means without using such comparison operator. So let's come here. So our second approach is without using comparison operator. So before jumping into this, I will be telling you something about this. So what this one is, this is nothing but bitwise AND, right? How does it work? If you remember the AND gates, which we have covered in one of our subject like basics of electronics, you must be aware how it works. So let us say we have two inputs, X and Y, and then we have Z. Z is nothing but output from these two. So how you are going to get if you are applying AND on it? Then let me pass some values to it. So if we are passing 0, 0, so AND is going to return you 0. So what basically AND says, it says if even one of the input or both of the inputs are 0, such case return 0. If both of the inputs are 1, then only you return 1. So it is clear with that, okay? So if I'm passing 1, I'm getting 1. Here if I'm passing 1, another input is 0, it is going to be, this is going to be 0. Okay, and if we are passing both of the values as 1, in such a case, I am going to get Z as 1. So this is how you are going to get your values. Alright, now what I will do, I will be linking this concept with even and odd. So you know what even and odd says, if you have a number and if you are doing AND with 1, this particular case is going to be odd if number and 1 is returning 1. What does it mean? If you take any number and if you do bitwise AND on it with number 1, if you are getting 1, in such a case it is going to be odd number, and this particular condition, if number this one is going to return true for odd numbers. Alright, so if this condition is going to be true for odd numbers, which condition is going to be true for even numbers? Just do negation of it. So what negation does? Whatever is true, it is going to make that as false. So this is going to be true for odd numbers. Even though you do not require, even though you do not require to put both of the conditions, but you should be knowing how to deal with it, right? That is the reason I explained both of the scenarios with you. Now I will be taking one example and I will be showing you how it works before jumping into the code. So let us say for number, we have something like 9, or I'll take a smaller value, let us say 3. Okay, now I will be converting it into bitwise. So what is the bitwise for this? I will be taking it for 4 bits. It is going to be 0, 0, 1, 1. And I'm saying you have to do AND of this number with 1. So for 1, what is going to be the bitwise corresponding? That is going to be 0, 0, 1. I hope you people are already aware how to convert a decimal number to a binary number. Okay. Now I'm just going to do AND on it. So in this case, 1, 1 is going to be 1, 1 and 0 is going to be 0, 0, 0 is going to be 0, 0, 0 is going to be 0. So you have seen if you are doing AND of this number with 1, you are getting 1. So what does this mean? This means this is going to be odd number. Correct? Let us say we have something like n as 2. So for corresponding binary for 2 is going to be um, 0, 0, 1, 0, correct? And for 1 it is going to be 0, 0, 0, 1. Just to add for both. So you know 0, 1 is going to be 0, 1, 0 is going to be 0, 0, 0 is going to be 0, 0, 0 is going to be 0. So if you are doing AND of this number with 1, and if it is returning 0, it means it is going to be an even number. And I was talking about negation. So what negation means? Negation is going to invert the value. So something, if it is true, it is going to be false. So I told you, if this value is going to return 1, in such a case, this if condition is going to return true. What does that mean? That is means it is going to be odd. So you know if you are going to negate this true. So negation means this. So if you are going to do negation for this true, what you will be getting? False. So if you want to make one condition for even number, what you will do? You will just do if negation of number and 1. This is going, if that is coming as true, what does that mean? This means it is going to be even number. Correct? This is for odd, this is for even. Now let's come to the Visual Studio Code and we will be writing down code for the same. So it is not going to be a lot different here. If your number and 1. Since first statement I have already written for even number, what I will do, I'll do negation for the same. But you can even try it out without doing negation. Correct? Rest everything is going to remain same. Now let's run and see the output. So you can see it is saying 3 is odd number and 6 is even number. If you do not want to write it in this way, how you can do? I told you, remove the negation, and in such a case, just invert the conditions, because the first one is going to work for odd number, other one is going to work for even number. Now let's run. So this is how also you can see it is giving the same output. So this is what you have to use if you do not want to use conditional operator. Correct? Now let's move to the next question.